We're live. We're live. We're live.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this fine Tuesday morning with the misting of snow on the ground here in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the rooftops and cars and grass?
Good morning. Like. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I suspect all our snow will be gone probably by this mid-afternoon, but we do have a topic.
Noon.
Yeah. The topic is, what if you did things more with a sense of urgency?
What if you added a sense of urgency to your life?
It just a sense of urgency into how you prioritize your bill payment, a sense of urgency in how you prioritize cleaning your home, a sense of urgency in how you prioritize building your business, a sense of urgency when it comes to your fitness. What would happen if you added a sense of urgency to the things that are important to you?
We're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Some people like the smell of coffee.
All the normal people do.
And for some reason, I don't like it.
You do too.
There's not only specific coffees that I like, but others just jump at me and they startle me.
This is a strong cup of coffee here.
Good morning, Uzama. Number one.
Is this
Uzama
going to be
in
a
the
thing?
room.
Is that going to be a thing?
Sure.
Who gets into the room first?
Absolutely.
Does it matter?
I think it matters. To them, we appreciate you. Matters to me. I'm glad that you make us a priority and show up. Are you on your rebounded today, Brother Uzama? Today we have a topic. What would happen if you added a sense of urgency to your life? How would that change the results that you get? How would that change the progress that you make? Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Ernest.
What if you added just
Ernest?
a little bit more sense of urgency?
A little bit more urgency.
A little bit more urgency.
Zit.
What if you walk faster?
I got shoulders ready for you, Uzama.
And finish things faster.
Walking a little bit faster. So there's, interestingly enough, walking has been the concept of something that I have been working on because Sister Jeannie Muhammad's amazing book, The Beauty of Being, is in its last stages of
The Beauty of Being by Sister Jeannie Muhammad.
Absolutely. Her book is in the last stages of publication. Actually, we're in the stage now of getting ready for the release. So I'm doing some pre-release activity. And as it relates to walking, there's both walking, there's gentle walking was one of the things that she outlined in The Beauty of Being. And the importance of gentle walking. Yes, I think that walking with a sense of urgency is a really important part to your getting things done and the results that you're looking to do. But gentle walking is an element of mindfulness that can help you to actually get progress in a different way, clearing your mind, giving yourself a sense of calm and peace. And I am appreciative of the gentle walking chapter in her book. And you
That's
guys are
an
going to
interesting
get
thought too, actually.
Uzama said I was rebounding a few minutes ago while talking to Peggy. Well, okay. And he's looking forward to the shoulder work, Lisa. That's right.
You're going to get that shoulder work today.
Chiquita, hey, how are you,
Is that what that is?
Jacqueline?
Hey, okay. All right, let's go with that then. Good morning, Arizona. Blessings to everyone from Sister Jacqueline. If we did more things with a sense of urgency, I'm, all that was inspired by a thought that my wife uttered to me this morning. Because, sometimes I wake up with that I'm laying in bed and then a thought hits me. Are you going to capture this thought right now, Brian? Or are you going to be lazy?
Running and rambling is what he did.
So I captured some thinking on my phone. Okay.
which is usually a smooth transition from asleep to awake. I just had a thought that came to me. I'm going to capture it. I'm still in a state of prose. Nothing urgent about it, but I do want to capture it. However, the opposite is also sometimes true. The ripping and running. Gotta get up with a sense of urgency. Setting up the desk first thing in the morning. In the bedroom. Doing all kind of. That was a sense of urgency.
See, now, I don't see it that way this morning. I didn't see it that way when you said it. You says, what's going on? And my wife said to me, you seem to be moving with a heightened sense of urgency. And no, actually, that was her second attempt to say what she was saying. But she's like, what's this ripping and running and something and something? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Running and rambling.
Running and rambling, ripping and running. I said, what are you talking about? Did you just I'm like, baby, I studied. That's two. I didn't know what she meant. And then she finally says, you seem to be moving with a heightened sense of urgency. I said, that thought makes sense to me. Because I was trying to get stuff set up quickly so I could capture what was in my head.
Absolutely. Fully capture the thought.
Right. I didn't want to have these thoughts go away.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. And I typically will capture them in my phone or, I'll do a cliff note for them in my phone or tips or just brain triggers, right? Because I don't want to lose them either. Right. I've learned that writing them down in my waking moment is like writing scratches on the wall because it's hieroglyphics. I can't even understand it.
Well, that's what was going on. So I didn't want to have my thoughts leave me, Sister Susan. So I was trying to get it done. But the concept of the way she worded it was clever to me.
That was the third attempt at speaking Brianese.
You got to speak Brianese to be talking to me because I might not get it. I'm not going to understand all that stuff. Okay, what are you talking about? Okay. Oh, Mama, we could have got that for you. I'm going to get her. You could have asked me for some apple juice. Miss Chris be tripping. That's my mother, y'all. Miss Chris.
He calls her Miss Chris. I call her Mama.
I call her Mama too.
Seldom. You call her Mama now more because I call her Mama.
That's not true. I've known her a lot longer than I know you.
You're right. And all I've ever heard is Miss Chris.
That's not all you've ever heard. Mama this, Mama that. Mama, what you doing? What you need, Mama? I got you, Mama. Stop putting that out there. These people get the wrong idea.
Just because you call her Miss Chris, that's your term of endearment.
And she likes it too, actually. Because you know why? Everybody on Alabama Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, called her Miss Chris.
That's okay.
And she liked being called Miss Chris. So that's like my ode to East New York section of Brooklyn, Alabama Avenue, East New York, 466 Alabama Avenue, apartment 3B.
Does somebody still live there?
I'm sure.
I mean, is the building still there?
And it's nice now.
That's beautiful.
They didn't gentrify the F out of my neighborhood, boy. It's pretty now. The neighborhood I grew up in was rugged, but now it's pretty. It's so pretty.
What would happen if you added a sense of urgency to your life? Now, I was just observing Brian, but in my responses, it was not intended to deter the behavior, just to understand it. Sense of urgency can often move you quickly from A to B, more quickly. And I often find that when I am in this urgency, I personally get a lot more done.
Interesting you said that. I find that when I operate with a sense of urgency, not only do I get more done, but I have more energy. It's like by moving with a sense of urgency, I'm creating energy and I'm finding myself enjoying what I'm doing more because I'm doing with a sense of urgency. Now, I know Miss Phyllis is going for the funny. She goes, I'll see one day what happened because she's not going to do it. Sister Jacqueline says,
Brian, can you please do a very short video showing the cards you received? Because they're all mail cards. I've always desired to make cards that males give to males, and your video can be used to promote this message.
Happy to
Thank
do that.
You.
I'd be
no
happy
rush.
I'd be happy to do that. And Lisa will do. I'll do it with Lisa, and it'll be fun. Okay, I'd be happy to do that. That's a great request. And I would love to do it because I would think of it as doing something for my friend Jacqueline Rosier. So I would be happy to do that.
Absolutely. I think that it's important for men. I think that it's a good gesture, a nice gesture for a man to give another man a card. I mean, not just every day for anything, but
Pause.
I don't think we say pause anymore.
We don't say pause no more?
No.
We don't say pause no more.
I don't know that you have to.
Uzama, you don't say pause no more?
Brian still says pause. But I think it's a testament to I know you don't say that. I think it's a testament to like male empowerment networks and the men supporting one another, being able to send a card and just give a card to say, brother, I thank you for being there. I appreciate your mentorship, or I appreciate your being in my life, or thank you for being my brother, anything like that. I really think that it's a beautiful sentiment.
I think you're right. I have been indoctrinated. I used to love this animated series called Boondocks.
You used to love it?
I still love it.
Hey, okay? Trisha.
I love this so much. I bought the 3 CD box set of it. Well, I have DVD set of it. Actually, it's 4 DVDs, has all the seasons, every episode in order. And I used to force people to sit down with me and watch the episode starting at 1. But anyway, but this
you don't have to have them on DVD anymore. They have them on television.
Yeah. I can find on demand. And but there was one episode that stuck with me. The episode was titled Pause. Okay.
3 minutes to Brother Jack.
Right. This is the first Tuesday of the month.
Tip Tuesday.
We get Tip Tuesday from our financial guru, Mr. J. Mattier, at 9:15. 3 minutes to J. But there's one episode called Pause. And
we know the episode.
Right. Riley Freeman, who's the kid in the movie, one of the kids in the movie, was explaining to his granddad, if you do something that could be considered gay, you have to say pause for it. Okay. Whether it is or not, doesn't matter. If it could be considered that, you have to say pause. And if you don't say pause, good day, Trisha. Trisha, today's topic is not that. Today's topic is
no, it's not.
What would happen if you did things more with a sense of urgency? Now, we could talk about whatever we want, but that's our topic. And in 2 minutes from now, we're going to have our Tip Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month with Mr. J. Mattier.
5 tips for getting through the holidays. I'm looking forward to his tips. Absolutely.
So, Trisha, you're here on a good day. My cousin Kayla, good morning. Kayla, get on here. Come on live and say hi on the feed, Kayla. She's younger, too. Her mom is actually my cousin.
So a sense of urgency. I have found that sometimes when you're in a sense of urgency, what causes a sense of urgency? A timeline or a deadline can cause a sense of urgency.
A scare.
A scare can cause a sense of urgency. But all of those things often release some level of cortisol that increases creativity as well. You may find yourself having more ideas when you're impressed with a sense of urgency.
I'm glad we're going
there.
And
I wonder why. I wonder if that's why often much of my best work occurs at the deadline,
the 11th hour.
The 11th hour.
When you have to cram. Some of my best writing in high school and college was when it was due tomorrow. Okay. But you mentioned something there. You mentioned cortisol. Your body has chemicals in it, a lot of them, a lot of chemicals. And the chemicals control our moods very often. And more of this chemical, less of that chemical.
They control our moods, our weight, our stress.
Chemicals in our body. So like and stress is one of the things that alters the chemical construction of your body. Stress, for example, you have it in your inner ear. You got these 3 cups in your inner ear and they have fluid in them. And when you're stressed, some fluid goes from one cup into the other cup. So the middle cup might have too much fluid and one cup might have less. Next thing you know, you're depressed and you're chemically depressed. Okay. So working this way, learning what we can do to help the chemicals in our body is an interesting thought to me. It's 9:15 now. It's 9:15. He's been doing this for a few months with us now. He's been our financial coach for a while. He's a friend of mine. He's a mentor of mine. He's a fun guy. He's a wise guy. He learned so many things, and he's willing to share generously. Coming to the stage, Mr. J. Mattier.
Good morning, my Empowerment Dual family.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. If I was doing any better, I'd be you.
No, man, you look good too, man. I'm glad to see you. Yeah,
Thank
man,
you. Thank you.
Our audience loved you every time you come on here, man. They always say stuff about they get something from you. I know you was talking with Lisa for a few minutes before we got live, before I came into the room.
Yes.
So I'm anxious to hear what you got to bring.
And you know, to tell you the truth, Brian, it's actually been a year. We started in January. This will be a full year.
Wow.
We've been doing this. Yeah. And so, you know, good morning. I'm Jay Mattier. I'm a retired business and financing professional, also a financial literacy coach. And I just love being here. I love giving knowledge. I love helping people out of financial situations. I just love to love people. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 strategies for managing holiday debt.
Woo!
Now, I have to give a disclaimer because I know that our folks that have been following us for a year have their emergency funds, they have their fund money, they have their vacation fund, they have their Christmas fund. So this is not for you.
Okay.
However, if you're new to the show or you're new to hearing me, then this is for you. Because I know our people got it together.
Right.
So the first tip is shopping at discount stores. And I know everybody has been doing that. You've been using your Costco's and your BJ's and your Sam's and your Walmarts and things like that. But that adds value, especially this time of year with all the sales going on. And the other thing is online shopping. You've got your Black Fridays, you got your Cyber Mondays, you got your Small Business Saturday. Take advantage of those opportunities if you haven't in the past already. Just be careful because we know that this is the time for a lot of scams and a lot of dysfunction on the internet. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that. The second one is purchasing fewer or less expensive gifts. I mean, a lot of people, they're involved in giving money and giving expensive gifts and everything. But a lot of times you don't need to do that. The thoughtful gifts, like they were talking about cards earlier, or even a book. A lot of you have books. Giving your book as a present as very thoughtful and loving and sharing. So that's number 2, purchasing fewer or less expensive gifts.
What do you think
number
about,
3 is...
I'm sorry, excuse me, Brother Jay. What about one of the things that I found with regards to purchasing fewer or less expensive gifts, when you have a larger family or a larger subset of people that you want to for it, what about the gift exchange, like the Secret Santas or the pools where everybody picks a name and you have a budget?
Oh, yes, that is very true. I mean, our family has actually done that because when you get into larger families and you can't support everything, a lot of times after a certain point, we kind of dropped off the adults and we just do the kids. But to do the round robins or the Christmas grab bags or the gifts to pass around, that's a great idea.
And I think having a budget on that, I mean, having like a limit on that, the dollar amount that can be spent on something.
Yes.
For everybody.
Yes. A lot of them set it at $25.
25 is the number that works. Yeah.
That's the number that works for people. And it's fun. And especially when you do the swaps, if it's something that you don't like, you can swap it for something you like. So those are creative ideas of gift giving, which we as a people have been very creative in all we do.
Yes, absolutely. Number three.
is buying now and paying later. This is an old concept
Whoa.
from my grandmother. You know, we used to have Murray that used to come by every week and bring different things. You pay him a little something every week, and you or back in the day we had layaway. They used to call it lay by, but the concept has come back. Now, what I'd like to say is that, you know me, I'm not a proponent of getting in debt.
Right.
But there are some short-term things with the buy now, pay later. There's over 3, 4, 2 weeks to give you the opportunity. Then I can work with that.
And Afterpay.
Afterpay.
Right. So Kalana and Affirm, and so those types of things where it's very short-term to kind of help you get over the hump. That's fine. Number 4 is thrift finds and do-it-yourself gifts.
Ooh.
A lot of shops out there. There's a lot of vintage boutiques. There's a lot of thrift stores. There's a lot of online thrifts now, which you have, what is it, Rakuten, you've got The Real, you got Poshmark. So a lot of these opportunities where you can get high-quality, expensive gifts for a discount or for less money that you would pay. So, being creative. And back to what you said, Lisa, have a budget. You've got to have a Christmas budget, and you've got to stick to that budget.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest times, because what happens this time of year is when most people go into debt. And the problem, it takes them all year to get back around just to go back into debt again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm making my notes, Jay. You've been inspiring me. Like, I want to talk about that. When you finish your list, I want to bring up the psychology of overspending.
Right.
The whole concept of, when you open up, you talk about, I know you guys have all got it together, but I took notes right then, because when you learn to get it together, then you have to learn to get it together, and then you have to get it together, and then you have to get it together.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't end.
It's continuous, because I've like talked before. It's a tug of war. The money game is a tug of war. You're trying to keep your money. Everybody else is trying to take it.
And everything. Yes.
And
everyone
everything.
is.
That's why advertising and marketing and how much money they spend on grabbing your attention. It's not to really help you. It's to take your money, get in your pocket.
Exactly.
So we have to learn how to make sure that we pay ourselves first. We go on a budget, and we set up things instinctively so that we don't run into the end of the year depression, or the end of the year blue, or the end of the year urgency.
Right.
So the 5th one is redeeming credit card rewards. A lot of people have credit cards. They're doing rewards and everything. This is a great time that if you got a balance, you can actually use that towards purchases. And really valuable time to look at what you have and what you have accomplished, and look at the gift cards that you've got in the envelope stuck in your end table, and see if they're expired yet. If they're not expired, you can re-gift those things. Because I know you got them. I got them.
And we got so many that have small balances, $4 on it, $3 on it, $2 on it.
But you've got something that you haven't even used. You haven't even looked at.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you about. I want to ask you this.
Go ahead.
And I really want your opinion on this. My beautiful wife, her birthday is the 2nd week of January.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to her whole life, so much so that it's a proverb. She learned that because people overspend for Christmas, my birthday came around, no one had any money.
No one's got any money.
Right in the middle of January, because of what they do every single year. There's a psychology going on. There's something going on. Yes. And so she had to learn to she never liked it, but she had to learn to make peace with it. Okay?
I put my birthday in June, so you don't have that problem.
You're not the first person that I heard did that. There's another person that I know in our family that their birthday's in the wintertime, so they celebrated in June.
That's it.
Problem solved.
We'll do that.
But again, it's true, especially for people with birthdays in January. What do you do with somebody who's born on Christmas? It's like, where do you
You want
separate
one
the
present
line?
for birthday and Christmas.
Yes, where do you
My
separate the line?
mother-in-law is lucky enough to have her birthday on Christmas Eve.
Still.
And she has trained enough people. I don't know if the message is out, but they need to understand that Christmas Eve is a separate day than Christmas Day. Christmas
Correct.
Day is for Jesus. Christmas Eve is for Chris. And two separate gifts should be given.
I confess, it always made sense to me to give her one for birthday and Christmas. But my loving wife is so thoughtful. We're not doing that. We're going to give her one for Christmas, her birthday on Christmas Eve. Her birthday is December 24th.
Every year.
So one for her birthday and another present, a separate present for Christmas Day.
Excellent. Well, that's great. But again, take your time, use common sense. Don't get yourself in a hole because of gift giving, especially giving people gifts that you don't even like, but they're in the family and you have to give them something.
And that's the thing, though, because you talk about how everyone and everything is trying to get your money. There's a psychological pressure to spend money this time of year. If you're not prepared for it, every commercial, every advertisement, your peers, people in your job, people at church, buy this, spend that.
Right. And you almost feel obligated at this time. That's why this time of year, a lot of charities play on people's heartstrings.
Yeah.
To give. This is the season of giving. They call it.
I don't think I've ever seen as many animal shelter commercials as I have in the past 2 months. And I mean in the past month, right?
I will remember you. Heavy-handed.
They finally retired that song.
Did they retire it?
Yeah, it was not that song.
It was so heavy.
I wouldn't even stay on whatever I was watching. I don't care what I was watching. I was changing the channel. If that's one. I
will. Right. And they got the dogs, they got the cats, they got the elephants.
Oh my goodness. The cat with a pencil in his head.
Yeah, but what I want everybody to do is make sure that they start planning for next year.
Okay.
We've gone over a lot of tips this year. If you want to give me a call, free of charge for our family here, our ministry, because we want to see you succeed. I know what it feels like being broke. So I'm on a mission to help people not be there and not stay there.
I encourage you all to take advantage of this opportunity. Spend a few minutes with Jay. Absolutely. Hear what he has to say. He's going to come at you in a loving way, but he's going to be real with you. Okay, he's going to be real.
I do wonder, though, how do you deal with the gifts that are the obligatory gifts? Like, let's say at your job, you have to participate in the Secret Santa. I think that they actually usually manage that better now because they put a budget on it and you're not giving it to everybody. You're only giving it to one person. So I think that can definitely help.
Yeah. And I think that eccentric gifts or gifts that somebody like Esty, things that were one of a kind or something that not that expensive, that shows that you gave some thought into purchasing the gift as opposed to throwing $20 in an envelope and giving it to them. So things like that are also good.
I'll tell you, I once did a Secret Santa and I gave this guy a book, and the book was called The 777 Stupidest Things Ever Said. And he loved that book. He just loved it. It was within budget, It was quirky. It was quirky enough, and he just quoted the stupidest things all the time. He just had so much fun with it. So I was a hit because it was different enough.
Yeah, but I ask for books every year. I get books. I just love books. I love reading. I love researching. It's just a time, and we're a lot of in this group. There's a lot of authors. And that card thing, that is a great idea. And that card for men don't let their wall down around a lot of men. And we have just gotten to a point where we can't even say I love you to our friend. So we make it a point in the men's empowerment group, that we say we're vulnerable. We say we love you.
Mhm.
I have a friend that we say, I love you, love you. If you forget, we will call the person back.
Absolutely. And tonight is Male Empowerment Networks. This is the first Tuesday. We will be meeting at 7 p.m. The Women Empowerment Networks will also be meeting at 7 p.m. as we share some of the things that we overcame throughout the Thanksgiving weekend and financial Thanksgiving holiday, and how to prevent some of the holiday sadness that occurs.
We're gonna keep talking.
Right.
We're gonna keep talking.
Yes.
Sister Jacqueline says, Jay, I love everything you shared. Years ago, I often gave the gift of myself. For example, I used to make an incredible apple pie, everything from scratch, even the crust.
Wow.
You could get Jacqueline's amazing pie when you wanted it.
Oh, wow.
Now I give my cards. My best friend just received 64 cards for her 64th birthday. And she loved it. Absolutely. Miss Phyllis has a question. She says, what kind of financial gift would you give to your children or grandchildren? Stocks and bonds used to be a thing back in the day.
Yes.
We still do. Or what would be a good financial gift?
Well, that is still a great idea, through the stocks and the bonds, or even opening up a little savings account. Open up a little savings account for them, $25, open it up, and start encouraging your young children to be financially savvy. Let them understand about money. I mean, I've seen situations where kids got into college and didn't realize that you had to pay back the credit card. So the financial literacy is very important to get our kids out of. We're programmed to go into debt. They make it to a point where you have to, they don't even want to take money anymore. You use cash and look at you crazy, side-eyed, but cash is still king.
You got to go call Susan, who used to work here, and handle this cash. But Jay, we got 1 minute left with you. I want to give you this time just in case you want to say something specific to our loving audience, speaking to them directly.
Yes, I do. I just want to wish you all a very happy holidays and Christmas and Kwanzaa, and just really take advantage of this time to reflect over the past 12 months and look at what you're going to do to improve your life and the lives of others in the next year. So I just wanted to, just express my love and gratitude for you and Dr. Lisa and Brian and our group. And what I'd like you to do, if there's anything that you would like me to talk about, jot it down and send it to them, and we can cover those topics.
Oh, that'd be great. What a great idea.
Absolutely. Now, before you go, we want to let you go, but we got a question on the table. Brother Uzama says, Jay, you mentioned rewards cards. How can we maximize those? I love earning Bitcoin rewards when I use my card.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to move.
Well, you can maximize those by using the amounts towards paying down the bill that you incurred during that year. The Bitcoin, wherever Bitcoin is used or sold, you have that opportunity to use them. But my sense would be to collect, especially Bitcoin is on a roll. Just make sure that you have your savings plans in place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we thank you, Jay. We appreciate
you. You're very welcome.
You were awesome.
And if you could stay down in the green room, we appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
All right.
And to your point, Uzama, I think also utilizing your Fold card, which is a card that allows you to spend cash while earning Bitcoin, will put you in a place where you're both taking with both hands, giving and receiving, giving back to yourself while you're giving your gift.
I think Bitcoin fits wonderfully in what Miss Phyllis was suggesting about something to give to our children and grandchildren. Let's go back up. Uzama had another comment. We was talking about the chemicals that you get when you're working with a sense of urgency. He said that's the eustress.
I'm looking for it. Yeah, the eustress, the beneficial stress that works on my behalf. The eustress. Okay.
I like that. That's a new concept to me. I didn't ever hear of it that way before, but I found it interesting.
Not YOU stress, EUSTRESS.
Yes. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that word. Tonight is Male Empowerment Networks, and we are going to continue talking about it. It's very sobering to me that this past Saturday we attended my cousin Kenny's homegoing service. Kenny was a year younger than me. And we used to compete all the time. So it's very sobering to me, like the stuff Jay talks about, how to, love on people. I can't remember. I don't remember the last time I told Kenny that I loved him. I know he know it, but I don't remember. It's just very, very sobering to me right now. It's still in my air, baby.
Well, tonight is Men and When. This is the first Tuesday of the month, and we joined together in separate rooms, male in one room. I was going to say down the hall, but it's a virtual hallway. So you come on into the Empowerment Center .online, which will bring you into the lobby, and then you click on all rooms in the lower right-hand corner and choose either the women's room or the men's room.
Just like you do the restaurant. There's a comedy club in Raleigh, North Carolina called Charlie Goodnights, and they play games with the men's and women's rooms. Okay, like when you go there and you look for the sign that says men, women with the arrow pointing to where the men's side is, women's side. Well, they do crazy stuff like where they have the arrow for the men's room and the arrow go like this and come back the other way. Okay, so they constantly having men accidentally walk into the women's room and women accidentally walking into the men's room, and they just think it's hilarious.
Well, let me tell you something. Yesterday, I went to lunch at the Chicken Salad Chick, and honey, I had to go to the restroom for real. And the door said chicks on it. And I didn't know if that was chicks as in female chicks, or I don't know what I was thinking, but it was too much in my mind that I needed to get into the bathroom to be sitting there trying to navigate what this sign meant. And I just said, well, whoever's in there, y'all gonna have to move. And I went in the door. Fortunately, it's just a one-person bathroom. But honey, don't play tricks with the bathroom, please.
If you own the restaurant, cut that out.
We don't need to play games with the bathroom. Then I realized I had to get my coat off it was too much pressure just to go to the bathroom.
Oh, and then the seafood place there's a seafood place. They had one called Buoys. Okay, buoys like for the water, and they had something else too, but nautical terms for the men's and women's bathrooms. Okay.
Yeah. What if you don't know what that means? I don't need to be deciphering. I have a sense of urgency. And today is what would happen if you added a sense of urgency to your life. You will realize how unnecessary some things need to be.
Think about
them
this.
Clear.
Zig Ziglar used to tell the story about the day before vacation. The day before vacation. That was
the most productive day you had at work.
Yes. The day before vacation, you got a paper and pen out. You talk about everything I got to get done. You got your desk cleared. You got everything covered. The day before vacation, you got your household in order. You got your household cleaned. The day before vacation. Okay. And Ziegler would always say, think about all the stuff you get done the day before vacation. And he says, if you work like that regularly, it wouldn't take too long before you'd be able to vacation any place you wanted to go. Okay, because you'll be much more productive.
Brother Mark says, good stuff, Jay Mattier.
I'm glad he came in with that. Good stuff,
good
Jay
stuff.
Mattier. Jay always brings good
Mattier.
Stuff, Mark. And Mark, I miss you, man. I miss seeing you, Mark.
We
hopefully
you come this evening. Go to the Empowerment Center .online tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. No need to register. Just show up. You'll show up in the lobby. And when you get there, you choose all rooms from the lower right-hand corner and then choose the room that you want to go into, whether it's the women's room or the men's room. We only want women in the Women Empowerment Network's room, and we only want men in the Male Empowerment Network's room.
A sense of urgency. The day before vacation, when you get a health scare, if you don't start walking your arteries are clogged. If you don't start some kind of a cardio program, then they attack that cardio program with a sense of urgency because they had a health scare.
Yeah, January brings about a sense of urgency with all of the New Year's resolutions of it all. Brother Jay says, Brother Jay is responding back to Brother Mark. He says, Mark, I love you.
There you go.
Amen.
They love each other. That's beautiful. There's an inside joke on it. I'm going to tell it to you. Mark and Jay like to go at it back and forth. It's funny as heck to me. Okay, I laugh every time. But they really do love each other. They make little quips. Okay, they little. Now I wouldn't call it roasting each other, but little stuff. They kind of get on each other's case a little bit. Sister Jacqueline says, doing something very special for my Empowerment Duo family, giving holiday cards for free. What? Just send me $10 for shipping and handling, Cash App, and she lists her Cash App there.
$New169 or Zelle Rafrika at gmail.com. Going to that post office this Saturday, December 7th.
You owe it to yourself.
Come, first serve.
You know, each one of her cards in the open market, I think, is worth probably 30 to 40, 50 bucks. Each one. That's how special they are. Okay. But she's going to give you one for free. Shipping and handling is fair for her to ask because it costs something to send.
Absolutely.
Okay. It costs something to send. It costs sometimes to go to the post office and package that stuff.
That packaging, first of all, she packs it like there's a Fabergé egg in there. She packs those cards like there's a Fabergé egg in there.
They're precious.
They are precious, but not a card is bent. Not a card is crushed. Not a card is even. They're all individually
loved. Yep.
They're just amazing.
They are amazing. Dr. Beverly, good morning to you. She says,
Grand rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family. My life has been full of urgency for the wrong reason.
Oh, wow.
I'm seeking a steady flow right now. Brian and Dr. Lisa, you two look great today.
Thank you. Actually, today Lisa dressed me because this is crazy. Jay, I have dropped girlfriends for doing this before. Okay. You know, I go in my room, I went downstairs and had my breakfast. I come upstairs and this shirt was laying on the bed. And I was like, are you wanting me to wear this shirt today, baby? Yeah, I want you to wear that color today. Okay, so I did it. But in the past, trying to dress me, I'm not a Ken doll. That's a fireable offense. Okay, in the past. Okay. That's a fireable offense.
Did y'all see the Monique video where she says, you can fire me, you can leave me, you're gonna divorce me, you can divorce me, and then what? I'm not leaving, you're not leaving, so say what you want. Dr. Beverly says that her cards are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, it is loving, Brother Jay. Thank you. He says it's loving. Right. Mark has a comment.
Mark Greer says, stop it. I just said. Pull this up. It's too far away.
I can't. It's exactly where you push it to every day.
It's not.
Your eyes are messed up. You're old.
I have on my glasses instead of my
contacts. That's right.
Okay.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I just said good stuff. Take the compliment. I give you one per year.
One per year.
Say thank you.
That's it.
And no one said anything about love. Ain't nothing changed. In my Mark Greer.
We know you love each other, Mark. We know you love them. What you mean, stop it? I just said
one love.
One per year, really, Mark? One per year?
One love. You're lucky just to have just one.
I'm telling you, man, one per year is not enough. I keep going back to it, you know, but Sister Judy talked about Brian celebrate every year. Going to Kenny's homegoing, you know, our days are not promised. Mm-mm. You should love on each other and experience life.
But also have a circle, a network of friends, because husbands don't hear you when you say things. Husbands require additional iterations before they hear the very valid and amazing point that you made the first time.
What'd you say, baby? What was that?
Like I said, they don't hear you the first time.
What?
You know it's true.
I don't even know what you're trying to make us.
See that Jay said, huh? What
Right.
did you say?
Exactly.
Whatever.
Like,
you know it's true.
It's the proverb. Like the wife was always talking about how I don't listen to her and I don't pay attention to her or something like that is what she was saying. And but I really wasn't paying attention, so I'm not sure what she meant.
I am telling you.
That's what it is.
I am telling you. I'm actually looking forward to Women Empowerment Networks and Male Empowerment Networks tonight. You will see a couple of posts from me today, and I will be sending out email reminders for those of you who don't remember. I'm looking forward to it. Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be next week? Next week, Monday. You've got amazing upcoming.
I do have a workshop coming up this upcoming Monday, but it's by invitation only. So it's only for the people that have ever experienced me in any kind of way. Dr. Beverly, you'll be invited. Okay, I'm doing a webinar.
It is his holiday thanks to you.
Yeah, it's going to be great too. And it's free to my people that get invited. I wouldn't even want to announce it on here, but Lisa brought it up.
These are your people?
Yes, they are. I still want to talk some more about the psychology, the way we think.
Of urgency?
Of urgency, yes, but the holidays and our spending. Jay's got me thinking about this. Why do we do that? Why do we go to a store and just get the whole shelf of stuff and think I'm gonna give one of these to everybody? Or why do we do that? Is it because of guilt? Anymore. Is it because of guilt?
That we're not giving them enough attention all year round?
That we haven't given all year long. Or is it because that we haven't bought them a great gift before? We're trying to compensate something? Is that what we're doing?
Brother Mark says, my condolences to you and your family, Brian.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's message fits what you're feeling.
Oh, wow. Now, he's saying tomorrow's message because on Wednesdays,
Wednesday.
We get Wisdom Wednesday from Brother Mark Greer. How about that? The first week of the month, we get the Google Guru on Monday, Robin C. Stern. We get Brother Jay Mattier on Tuesday's tips, and Mark Greer, Wisdom Wednesday with Mark Greer.
Absolutely. Well, there's been quite a few months since we've had a first Monday, a first Tuesday, and Wednesday in the same week.
That's right. It doesn't happen all the time.
No.
Mark, I am still feeling some kind of a way, man. I'm still trying to make peace with what does this mean to me? So I'm looking forward to your message tomorrow.
Jacqueline, I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight. We haven't seen her in quite a few weeks, and I can't wait.
That's true. It doesn't happen very often where we get this.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like, pow, pow, pow. 1, 2, 3.
And we're grateful for it too. So it's time for the greeting songs. We're way past time, but we can't not do it today because Lisa got shoulders out. So we got to do it. We got to do it right. Greeting songs. I always said thank you to our consistent contributors. For example,
Bitcoin King. He's the Bitcoin King. Uzama. Bitcoin King. He's the Bitcoin King. Uzama.
Good morning, sir. Uzama, I'm hoping to see you tonight at the men's meeting too because you are wise. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Miss
Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Lisa was right. You guys are my people. If you need web designing
or some digital marketing,
don't call me. Call Ernest James Usher. Ernest James Usher.
Dr. Beverly says, I am freeing up my schedule so that I can be more hands-on with this family. I miss being apart and having to sneak away from work to hang out where I desire to be anyway.
Yeah. You do what you got to do, Dr. Beverly, but know that we consider you our sister.
Absolutely.
And when you show up, you're not late, you didn't miss nothing. You show up when you can.
Absolutely. Okay? And Jacqueline is in the building.
She has a logo, well, according to Jacqueline, and she also has a song.
Jacqueline Rosie, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Don't Lisa look pretty? I'm looking at the screens, how pretty she looks, and I'm sitting right next to her too. Whoop, whoop. That's my baby, y'all.
Susan, thank
Susan
you,
Kennedy, you're everything I hoped for.
You're everything I need.
You are so beautiful.
Ruby.
Good morning, Susan Kennedy. Who's next?
Good morning, Trisha. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And brother
Mark has a song too. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. I should have had some water before I did that.
Because Dr. Beverly is in the building.
I ain't have no air. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. And good morning to you and the rest of your crew. That was much better after I had the water.
I have had no water. We appreciate
you. Didn't have any water all day?
Only what was in my cup in my room.
Make note. Her cup in her room.
That's right. I've got plenty of water here, but there's not any water that I can drink.
You can drink it.
No.
Yes, you can.
I would have to go like this.
Oh, no, not that. Anyway, so thank you for joining us again today.
Appreciate you for joining us again today.
Today, what if we work with just a little bit more sense of urgency? Just a little bit more. You know, what would you get done? I pray that you go to bed tonight satisfied with what you did with the time that you were blessed to have today.
Yay! Jacqueline said the crew is cheering as usual. Hey, crew, they are like they are at a game. Amen.
Good morning to our crew. Good morning, crew. Vicky Evans is in the house. She goes, "Hey, Lady Jacqueline Rosier." Oh, so she the only one in the room? What about me? What about
Vicky
Lisa? What about everybody else? Steady rocking all night long. Vicky Evans rocks. Steady. Rocking to the break of dawn.
To the break of dawn.
And Jacqueline Rosier says,
Brian purchased 5 of your latest books when it was first released, and I will be giving to family as Christmas gifts. Oh yeah,
that's the way to do it. Because when we first released the book, it was like 99 cents or something like that.
They were like $3.97.
Oh, $3.97. Okay, yeah.
Jay is in the building.
Get ready. Get ready. Oh, get ready. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes.
That's right.
We get it, Vicky. Vicky, I'm just messing with you.
Jacqueline says, Vicky, you have special theater cards coming this week.
Theater cards.
I love that.
What?
I love
theater cards. What?
And Vicky says, I have not seen her for a while. So she gets a special honorable mention. We love you. We hope to see you tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. And tonight for Women Empowerment Networks and Male Empowerment Networks. Come to the empowermentcenter.online and we will see you there. Love you, mean it, and don't forget to have sex.